I've been sitting here trying to find myself, get behind myself. I need to rewind myself. And they say that everyone. Don't tell me the rain's starting. Just like that. We just got back up here to the spring. I was going to, like, someone is like trying to stop me. Like every time, no, and the whole time, every time when I did this show, like it was always all that, and I guess I rebelled. I guess I got off focused. I guess I got baffled or just. Let's try it again. They say that every man hurts or bleeds like me or something. I I made a couple dollar bills, but I feel the same or something like that. Everybody knows my name. Say it way out loud. It's hard to go out in a crowd. So, anyways, again, we're not doing a show. And we want to be more humble. Not that we weren't being humble. I think sort of what I was trying to like get to in that opener. I stumbled a little bit because I brought something up that I'm kind of like embarrassed of it. That I like I said I looked for something. I mean, everybody expects you to. It's just raining over here on the trees. How could it just all of a sudden just? Anyway, it's very very nice and warm here today. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the warmth is making the trees feel like it's raining under there. Because when I come over here, we can't record in the rain. This camera's not waterproof. But it seemed like when I was over there, so it's again in the opener. I say it's good to know about all kinds of things, like scientifically. And I know what I was going to say. In that, I would like a teacher. You know how, like, when you ask a teacher a question, and they always, seem to have a really good answer. And then there was something about, well, somebody posted something about, like, how come, like, we look up to Hollywood and sports and all this kind of stuff, or they make lots of money and this kind of stuff. And somebody, under the post said, what about teachers and everything? I sort of seen that thing. But last night when I was, sometimes all I do is I think, like, before I go to bed, I'm like, think about, well, what could I talk about that can, like, lead us to a different place, like lead us to get out of this, all this back and forth. And the one person said, like, that you really can't even get any news anymore. It's like, what are we getting here? What are we getting? And I concur 100%. It really messes with you. It messes with your mind, and you could tell if anyone has listened to me like this month on my show. It's not a show anymore though. It's just I'm your Facebook friend. I got taken off my game constantly. I mean, some days, you're just on fire, and then like that's why about a week ago or maybe 10 days ago I said we gotta do like 4 or 5 days a week. There's gotta be like a day off, 2 days minimum, 2 days off, and we're doing that. I mean, because you have a tendency here to just like spin your wheels and then take in consideration, like, I mean, we're just the stuff that we're listening to It almost feels like going back to 2012, 2013, 2014. Everybody's hoping for a greater outcome, like, to make everything, happy and sunshine and all that kind of stuff. But with all these issues, and I kind of like hit on it, tapped on it a little bit yesterday, where it's going to be like that. It's going to be like to the point where, like, well, if we're not getting it out of here, and then I will agree, like with the whole Trump thing, how so many people gotten started wanting to get involved in politics, like everyone, like women, minorities, everybody. Just there should be a diverse, in there. And it also should be about, like, well, compromising too. I mean, because we're never going to stand all together on every little single thing. I mean, I don't mind. Whatever you guys got to do, you do. But well, we can't like be carrying in all this kinds of baggage and everything. It just has to be something. I mean, yes, years have changed since they wrote the Constitution and all that kind of stuff. But one thing that they put in there, maybe I'll discuss it with Franco or Roz or anybody or Johnny. Johnny seems to be scared about something with his speech yesterday. I forget what he said. I should. I think he said something about this is going to have bad results or catastrophic or something like that. I mean, it's just about he was just joking. He was just saying, I'm in the 20 months here, I think I'm the best president ever. I don't know. All right. I don't want to get off into no man's land again. I'd like to stick to the topic at hand. So a teacher. I was thinking about this. I was thinking, like, that's why I asked Franco. Because when I was talking to Frank Mealy on the phone, and he was telling me, like, man, that guy in school, he was sharp, man. Super smart. Smart. And I'm sure they hung out back then. They were in the same grade and all that kind of stuff. And, he came back and everything, and the God's honest truth, for the longest time, I wrestled with like, who are white people, like, because you hear it all the time. I mean, I told you a little bit about about growing up and everything, the people around me and stuff like that. And hold on, I got the car, truck. So I said to myself, like, I mean, I always knew it was probably, like, Irish descent, maybe Italians, maybe Australia, South Africa, stuff like that. It was kind of like screwing me up a little bit, because I often remember, like, when I watch all these, like, people on these talk shows, they always bring up the Charleston and everything like that. And I know it wasn't like a huge crowd or anything like that. I know it kind of scared people, kind of said we're going to go back to this type. And then Franco even had something like in 1949, where a black police officer was put on the force, but he couldn't go up to white people or arrest them. But we're way past that. We're way past that. We're bringing up all this stuff. It's good too, but my whole theme when I was doing the show, as your community human service guy / Batman, Spider-Man, Aquaman, I always said you got to get involved. I mean, if there's a problem, throwing money at it is one thing. Money helps. But, in these places that need it, you have to have places to go. I mean, take this town, for example. We went last 2 summers, maybe 3 summers, without a pool. I know, it's but it's just something. I mean, a place to go. I mean, where do you go? We grew up, we always had places to go. There was always things to do. Not saying there's not things to do, everything like that, but but we want. I mean, if everyone's on a computer, everyone's on gadgets. Well, where is everybody? Rushing to work, or in school, or where do they teach? So getting back to the teacher. I'm sorry, I blew that too. So what I was going to say is like, say I was like 8 years old, and I asked the teacher, I'm like, well, why is everybody fighting about race and everything like that? Why? You know, I mean, put yourself in the teacher's shoes. I mean, what would the teacher say to it? Just say, I was like 8 years old. Because I'm reverting backwards. I am. I'm in St. Anthony's, Mrs. Flynn's class. And as I was telling the Italian guy, I said, I went, because he said he went to St. Mary's and St. Anthony's and all that. And we were talking about the town, like, places, things, history, growing up and all that kind of stuff. And I said, I just remember being in 4th grade, and I just remember up until that point, there was a lot of like nuns, I guess, nuns. But this girl, this teacher, she had flower dresses on, and the one guy who was there, the guy from Buffalo, he was like laughing and everything. I was like, yes, you're sounding sexist now and everything. No, I'm not. It was, see, we can't joke around. That's the thing, because I mean, people think they have our numbers. So getting back to, so I'm 8 years old. What, why all this? I mean, I know we're on the gender and everything, and the Supreme Court and all that, and Kavanaugh. And I said on the opener, I said, just withdraw, because there's going to be so many problems. It's going to be complicated. And take it. Take a loss here. And hopefully, maybe a miracle will happen where there'll be like a truce. Maybe the media and everybody, that is like following all this around and everything, like hoping for a happy ending, hoping for a good outcome. Maybe they'll say, let it be. Whatever they do, let it be. And again, if you want to make a difference, go out and do it. But then, there's challenges. I mean, when they wrote the thing and everything, I mean, it was a simple time. They wrote it a certain way. The pursuit of happiness, pursuit of life and liberty, and all that kind of stuff. That